people waiting in the chat.
We do. People are pumped for this for the Fiddler.
The
SuperFan.
Look how sexy that Fiddler guy looks.
That is impressive.
Man. He's like playing the fiddle, and he's staring into my eyes lovingly. I just feel loved by this Photoshop.
Me too.
He's so beautiful. I don't know who did that Photoshop work, but damn, they're pretty good.
Yeah, whoever did that Photoshop.
It's our staff, by the way. Yeah, thanks to our staff.
Yeah. Props to our staff.
All right, we got Tyler and Tim are here. They're ready to roll.
Got Matthew, Chris. Let's go.
Matthew's up in here. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Chris, cheers. Cheers to Chris. Definitely
all right.
Not waiting for Hack and Mac. Okay, here we go. Should we get to it?
I think we should. We gotta go. Let's do it.
Let's tease the folks.
Sick with their first rye President's Choice, and then you've got the new guy, which is killing it, Etling.
Yeah.
With his first rye. Anyone in the chat, have you had these? Are you hunting these? Which it's hard to do.
Are you really asking people if they've had like the hardest ryes in the world to find? Like, you're not doing that. You just
I'm trying to include the chat. I don't mean to be. I'm trying to include the chat.
Like, I love you, but that's...
Thank you, Hack.
Like, let's keep it real for a minute. Like, there's literally maybe like a few hundred people that have President's Choice at this point. Like, it's the first one they've ever did. They just released it. Like, can we keep it in check just a little bit? Like,
I know.
Just a little.
Thank you, Hack. This is why we're good together. I need you in my life for this.
I need you too, buddy. I need you too.
All right.
Well, Mac, how are you?
I'm good. Watching that back kind of hits a little different when I said it. Mm-hmm. Right then at that moment. It's good to be here.
It is good to be here.
Great to be
Cheers,
here.
everybody. Cheers to the chat. I was driving the other day, and in Texas we have cattle, right? And in the field, there's these birds, right, that follow these cattle around, and they have this symbiotic relationship where, as a cow's eating grass and he's pulling the grass, I think it stirs up, some grubs and insects for the bird to eat. So I think we have a symbiotic relationship is where I'm going. Like, there's things that you bring all the viewers to the show, and I just keep you grounded. And that's what we do.
I don't know about that. I might be pushing viewers away. I was excited. I was excited. I was like, I haven't had those. I can't believe I got those bottles. But you're right. It sounds a bit disconnected. And you know what, chat? If you see me and I got the bottles, I'm going to share them because I love them, and I'm not going to keep them to myself.
Right.
I promise. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think we should set the record straight that Mac opens his whiskey 1, 2. Right. He's loving and giving and sharing. He shares his whiskey, and so that's why he's my friend.
You've got some pretty good bottles over there too.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right. But cheers. Glad to see you. It looks like you're in a new locale tonight. Where are you? Where's this fancy background coming from tonight?
Yeah. I'm in the South Florida locale here. So Veronica's got a place in Miami, so I've got a bit of the whiskey collection here. It's not quite up to the one at the other locale, but it's good to be here. Yeah. Cheers.
Hey, Tim in the chat says he's going to do a Mac impression, and he's sipping on some Evan Williams 23 and wants to know anyone in the chat has had it.
That's so great.
That's so good.
I deserve all of that. Keep it coming. I know I deserve it all. Yeah. And yes, if anyone in the chat has it, please let me know. And I wish I had it.
So what are you really sipping on tonight, Mac? What are we starting the evening with?
I've got some Wild Turkey, Kentucky Spirit.
Back to your roots, baby.
C and A, Camp Nelson A. It's a great pour.
You
About
like those
yourself?
Kentucky spirits. I'm, I cannot get away from this bottle, and you'll notice from the level of it, I'm doing some serious work on this bad boy. But this is my Still Austin pick, be it Liquor Zone July 12th, shout out Pete. But I am
Yeah.
loving this pour. I just cannot seem to get enough of it. It's just, I don't know, the Still Austin profile is just something I'm starting to like more and more and more. And, I think it's a good segue too, because tonight we're going to be doing the first ever in a series that we're going to call the SuperFan. And I'm close to being a super fan of Still Austin. Like, I am starting to love everything they do. I'm loving this pick so much. I've grabbed a couple extra bottles of some of our friends. I think some of our folks, even in this chat, I've grabbed a few extra bottles. Sent you a bottle that should be coming in soon. So
I can't wait.
Excited for you to try it. So we're doing our super fan series tonight. I'm so freaking excited to do this. So yeah.
It's a great idea. I mean, I think, you see a lot of distillers, like master distillers on streams, which is awesome. And I hope one day that we get some distillers on here for the stream. I think it's a really cool thing to do the super fan idea, because we kind of come at it from a different angle, right? We're obsessive over the distilleries we like, right? And I think we can all relate. So great idea, Hack. Props to you. I'm just riding your coattails on this one. But
no, I'm excited. So I just want to share with the good folks for a minute that, like, the idea behind the SuperFan is that as I've gotten to meet more and more people in the whiskey community, and you and I obviously have met and have gotten to know each other better. There's so much knowledge to be gained from friends.
Yep.
And there are people that I've met along the journey here that have really, done the tours. They're part of the newsletters. They're part of the email subscriptions. They have dove completely into a distillery. And I thought it'd be cool to look at that from a fan view. I know a lot of channels, they have the actual, distilleries on and stuff, which is cool, but I like to hear what the fans love.
I know
about that whiskey. And I just think we can learn a lot and have fun doing it and try some new stuff as we go into it. Yeah. So that's kind of, and then one other thing is if we have super fans on, they have to send me a bunch of whiskey from that distillery, so I get free whiskey. So
exactly.
I mean, might have had a little alternative, motive, but
I know. So in the chat, they're already talking. What are some of? Do we have any super fans here in the chat?
Yeah,
I would love to know that.
Any super fans of President's Choice? We would like to know if there's if we have any President's Choice super fans. Let us know. We'd love to get your samples and have you on.
Any super fans of like 80s, 90s Wild Turkey Dusties?
Yeah, we'd take you.
That would be.
Yeah. We'd love to have you.
We'd love to have.
We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you send us free samples.
Let me just talk really quick.
Talk about your bottle.
This guy. I mean, I love this. Camp Nelson. We were talking a little bit about that in the Houston chat, but I mean, Camp Nelson. Now maybe Tyrone's going to be the new hot brick house, right? We're hearing. I mean, they're all good, right? They're all good.
Are you intelligent enough to know about the different Tyrones, like the A, the B, the C? Yeah, I don't either.
No. Am I intelligent enough? You could just stop right there and I could say no, and then you could ask the rest of your question. And then I would say no. Just go to Rare Bird's blog. That is where you'll find it all. And
that would be a cool dude to have on as like a super fan.
Oh, yeah, David. Yeah,
he would be cool. But you never know. Like
awesome.
Yeah. So it's been
good times.
Oh, good times, Tim, and good times. I mean, that is. Come on, y'all.
I know.
Like that's a slam dunk, right? That's a slam dunk. That is happening. 100%. That's happening. So we're going to get into it. And tonight, as you saw on the little preview, if you caught us from the beginning of the stream, we've got Ed, aka the Fiddler, who is going to be joining us in just a few minutes here. And Ed hails from Atlanta. And Ed was so kind at Spillway to bring some samples of ASW and a bunch of other stuff. And I think the way it kind of all came about with the samples and everything is, as you know, I'm big into the sample drafts. Like something we do here with the
awesome.
Houston Basement Dweller group. We do that, and And what it is if you've never heard us talk about it or you're watching this back, is that everybody brings a couple of samples. They throw them into a pool. You draw numbers out of a hat, and then you pick samples. And so it's like the NFL draft. Except it's more like a fantasy draft where you kind of go, you snake it, where if you're one in the first round, then you're last in the second round. So everybody has a chance at something kind of good. And so I'm excited to do that. And so I did something kind of fun too. So I brought at the Houston last bottle share we did, the Houston Basement Dwellers, and this is just an idea for y'all. If any of you have your own communities, you want to do something fun with the sample draft, to encourage people to bring really great samples, I brought 2 extra samples of really top end stuff to give away to the people that brought. So like we graded it, right? So if your samples went early, then that person got an extra sample from a little side pool. So it kind of threw a little twist in it to make sure people brought good stuff.
Which in that draft, we have to say, which is Tyler just said this in the chat, somehow an A. Smith Bowman snuck down to 5 or something, which was...
That was a steal. That was a steal.
We had some good whiskey in there, but not that.
Yeah,
good.
that was the steal, the absolute steal of the draft. But yeah, so what I was saying, Mac, is I think that's how I came to meet Ed, because I think he participated in that, and as a thank you, he brought me some extra samples, and we got to chatting and talking, and then have continued to talk in the Discord and stuff. And he's part of that LQ, which if you know, you know, the La Quinta group. He's part of that OG group. And shout out to the LQ group if any of y'all are here. Appreciate y'all being here. And just good people, man. So I'm excited to have him on. I'm excited for him to kind of walk us through ASW.
I have to say really quick, and I think I don't know, I think we should probably introduce him here in a second, because I'm ready, and we got some samples back here. But
we do.
A quick story of how I fell in love with ASW. Seal box, had a pick, Georgia Heartwood, which we're going to talk about here in a second. Picked it up randomly in a seal box drop, cracked it open, knew nothing about it, and was floored by this bottle. Took it over to the night before Spillway at Tim's place at a blind. And that bottle eats some big bottles.
Are we going to put somebody on blast about calling it a Russell's Reserve 15 killer or no?
So I think we will just tease that, and maybe in the future we'll have that person if they want to talk about it.
We won't tell you who said that.
It wasn't us. But I have to say, it beat Russell's 15 in this blind, which was crazy.
Well,
we didn't do that.
And Tim says ASW uses MGP, and look, flex on y'all.
Look at that. Look at that.
There. Right
Great
there,
shirt.
baby. Right there, baby. I came prepared for the stream. I'm ready to do this. You want to do this? Let's quit teasing this. Let's quit teasing. Let's see if we can get old Ed on here. Let's head over. There he is. What's up, Ed?
Hey guys, how's it going?
The Fiddler himself has joined us. We're so excited to have you, Ed. And as you can see from my little bottle cam, I'm lined up and ready to go because you loaded me up with some samples, Ed. So thank you for doing this again. And man, we're excited to have you, buddy. How's it going tonight? You doing all right?
Doing good. I will slightly set the record straight. I actually did not participate in the sample draft.
Okay.
We were talking before Spillway about Still Austin, and you were saying you were going to hook me up with a couple of things there at Spillway, and I'm like, well, what can I bring you? Have you ever had a ASW? And you were like, no. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Yeah, and did he get me? As you can see the lineup. So, and I've been setting on these samples for a while, thinking about this idea, right? Of like, man, I would love to do the SuperFan thing. And when I asked Ed, he was all over it. And so, man, so kind and generous of you, Ed. Not only give the samples, but give us your time and be on with us. So, man, I'm pumped. So just
absolutely
for the good people, Ed, just tell me a little bit about, like, you know, why do they call it the Fiddler? Why does ASW call it? As you can see, I've got a bottle here of a store pick I picked up in Atlanta at Tower. This happens to be the Heartwood, but why do they call it the Fiddler?
So, ASW's head distiller, Justin, which I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name. I mangle it every time. But he kind of coined that because he likes to fiddle with the whiskey.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
I like it.
you think about kind of the play on words there.
Yep.
Fiddle, bluegrass, southern folk music. It just kind of goes and fits.
Well, I think like they do a lot of different play on the musical piece of it with a lot of the naming of their stuff, which is really cool. But because we have so many samples to get through here, which I wish Z-Biotic worked, by the way, because I would have taken one if
Also, let me say this too: is that we're also not even like ASW sent us nothing. ASW doesn't even know about, like we're doing all of this out. SuperFan is real. Ed bought all these,
Yes.
we're mooching off of him.
This is
And
not
we
a
love
paid
ASW.
promotion. This is not a paid
It's not.
promotion. Yeah. No, it's not.
Wait. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm out.
Ed,
Yeah.
listen, no. Look,
Checks in the mail.
Ed, checks in the mail. But if you don't happen to see it before Bruzelfest in September, I'll hook you up there. So I got you.
It's all good, guys.
So here's the thing, guys. I think, and I don't know how you guys want to do this, but I think that we should probably get into the whiskey fast.
Yeah.
Not
do it.
only because we have so many, because I'm dying to try some of this. And Ed, you tell us what to try first, and I'm going to pepper you with some questions about ASW as we go, and you can kind of tell us about the whiskeys we're trying. And then during that, we'll weave in the whole story of ASW and who they are, and as we're trying, we can kind of go through a flight here. And does that sound cool, Ed?
Sure. So I'll kind of set it up a little bit. So
yeah,
I like, depending on how you look at it, ASW has either 2 or 3 kind of categories for their whiskey. And I'll narrow it down to 2. They source from our beloved Indiana friends, both on the rye side and with what we're going to be trying a lot of, a wheated mash bill. So it's 55 corn, 45 wheat, 4% malted barley.
May I ask you, do you happen to know what percent of wheat is in there?
45.
Suck it, Penelope, and your 16%. Sorry, I had to say it. Penelope and I, we've run into some hard times recently, Ed, so I have a problem with the Penelope wheat.
Oh, I'm right there with you on that one. But they also, the other category, they do their own distilling.
Oh.
And all of their distilling is kind of in the Scottish tradition. So it's double copper pot still, high malt, which, Mac, I know you've been on to Chattanooga here lately.
Oh, yeah.
If you get into some of their malted stuff, you're going to find some similarities and some things you probably like.
To Chattanooga.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. But let's kind of start with the just kind of the foundation on the MGP wheated side. That's going to be the Fiddler wheated.
Yes.
So this one right here, guys. That's the.
And is anyone in the chat? Are you sipping on some ASW? Anyone had ASW? Cheers, Bradley. Veronica, welcome. Talking about our first night, Hack and I's first night. No,
the birth of the channel here.
While we're pouring, just want to say, hey, cheers, everyone.
Yeah, cheers.
So the interesting thing about this guy.
Oh, it's got a good nose, Ed.
So with this, their base, it's an extreme small batch. 4 barrels in every batch.
Oh.
92
and
proof.
The really interesting. Yep. The really interesting thing is, one of the 4 barrels is double oaked.
Oh. One of them.
One of the 4 in the wheated.
Okay.
In the wheated. And they've actually announced that starting with the batches that are going out starting in July, not sure how long, but it's going to be 2 of the 4 is double oaked.
Oh, interesting.
That is so cool. When you say that, and this has a sweeter nose than what I normally get on a weeder.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very sweet nose.
It's, to me, it's a combination of that little bit of the double oaking, but also it's that super high wheat compared to a lot of weeders.
Yeah, it's really inviting. It's got a very inviting nose, and I don't have the note yet, but go ahead, Mac. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just agreeing. This is great.
Maybe a little molasses nose on this. Like it's almost got a really like sweeter than sweet molasses type thing going on.
Yeah, I like it.
So,
little honey.
Here's the fun part. As you're drinking and think about it, what do you think that bottle probably costs?
I'm guessing $70, roughly.
Yeah, 60.
35.
Oh, cheaper than that.
That might.
Thin ass Penelope.
Here goes the Penelope rant.
Sorry, I need to let Penelope.
Come on, let's be careful.
Don't bring Penelope into this. No. So this.
I like Penelope, just so everyone knows. All right.
This is man, it's nice. It has that heavy wheat flavor, so it's kind of like it reminds me a little bit of a Frey. It's got kind of a Frey feel to it, but it's also got a little cream cheese thing going on. But also molasses, cream cheese. But it is wheat. You get that wheat on it for sure.
And I was skeptical. of the 92 proof. A lot of those around that proof point don't really like unless it's Michter's or something. But I like this because it still has a nice mouthfeel.
Yeah. And the finish is the finish, right? It's 92 proof, so it's not going to have a lot of punch, but it's not. There's nothing off-putting about the finish. There's nothing in the finish that goes, that didn't finish right. It finishes like it starts with the nose. It's like it's got a sweet finish, and that's a very nice weeder. Like if you like weeders, that's a great
really
one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never touch a Weller Special Reserve when I can get this.
No, I think I
agree with that.
It's a very good connected pour. Hey, Ed, one of the questions I want to ask you about ASW is how did it first get on your radar? Like, what was the first, what was the first date like?
So that's actually an interesting story, and I'll make it the short version. So I only started really getting deep into whiskey about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Prior to that, I was Woodford Double Oak, so that's all I needed. So I happened to be in a local store, and I asked the guy, I don't go to this store anymore, coincidentally. But I asked the guy, can you recommend me another Double Oak? I really like Woodford Double Oak. Recommend me something that's going to go kind of like that. And he recommended me a bottle of, I don't even remember the brand, but it was horrible. It was something, small barrels, rapid age, double oak, trash. But then he actually also recommended this bottle.
Unison? Okay.
Now, actually, here's, we're going a quick little history.
Yep.
Wait, I got to find the camera. I don't have fancy bottle cam.
That's all right.
So you'll notice,
there we go.
Same label, just a slightly different name on it.
Yep.
Unison is the one at the time that he got me into.
Sweet.
They don't make this one anymore.
Oh.
If you find a Unison bottle, it's worth picking up just for interest. I tried that, and I was like, Maybe 6 months later, after I start going down the rabbit hole, YouTube, all of that, I hear people talking about this bad boy, Georgia Heartwood.
That's what we've got here.
And I tried a sample of that at a store, and it was love at first sight. And I went off the deep end at that point and circled back to, by that time they had switched over to the weeded instead of the Unison, and it just continued expanding out from there.
Nice. So Ed,
I think
go ahead.
My current count is I've got 18, 19 different bottles of ASW.
I love it.
You can see a few of them in the background there. I
That's
brought
awesome.
them in here.
18 to 19 bottles of ASW. That's awesome, man. That is so. I mean, so I. What should be next on our lineup? Like, what should be the next thing we get into?
So let's go with the soloist.
Oh,
okay.
So
the
soloist is actually, this is going to be our first diversion.
Okay.
This is actually one of their own distillate.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Now I'll tell you the mash bill here in a minute. But the reason I'm going to this
Unless we can guess it.
So when they...
we should we make Mac try to guess the mash bill?
No. I mean, I'll try.
Go for it. The reason, when they discontinued Unison, the reason they called it Fiddler Unison is one of the barrels of the 4 was the soloist. So it was a union of MGP and their own distillate.
Yeah.
But what they started realizing is sales were picking up on the Unison, and it was cannibalizing the soloist barrels. So they had to make a decision. Do we change that, or does soloist die? And so they changed it to just the straight MGP.
So I just assumed soloist meant it was a single barrel or something, but that doesn't necessarily...
Let me jump in here. I think this sounds a lot like the founders of Chattanooga, like where Chattanooga, they sort of, as a sort of reference to their past and the MGP, how they got their start, they still keep that going, and then they also have their own distillate. This smells like it has some malt. This is a malty nose to me, but it still's got like a bourbon profile. Am I getting close here, Ed? Okay.
Yep. So it is a bourbon.
Okay.
56% corn, 44% malts.
Yeah.
So that 44% malt is 13.6% malted wheat, 18.2% malted rye.
Okay.
And then 2 other specialty malts, a Munich malt, a Rausch malt, and then 3.4% chocolate malt.
Oh man, this is a beer lover.
So it's definitely
it's not me.
Heavy malt.
It's not me, bro.
Doesn't like it. Heck doesn't like it.
It is not me, bro.
It is It is for your traditional bourbon drinker. It's gonna throw you for a little loop. I get some green pepper jalapeno. I wonder if it's that malted rye.
There's some crazy shit going on this one, man. This one right here. I gotta try it one more time.
But tasting this,
yeah,
you can see why I wasn't initially as much of a fan early on of the Unison.
Yeah.
I've grown to like high malts a little more. This still isn't my favorite.
I would hope not.
I can still I can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it.
If you're looking for something totally different, totally off profile, and something that is like nothing like you've ever tasted, like that's totally different. And it is like when you said jalapeno, I was trying to come up with a pepper note of some sort because it does have like I would say for me it's more like a bell pepper, it's so different than anything. The nose I was intrigued because I've had that malt of yours, the Chattanooga that I like, but this is not that. Like it's not.
Just leans in.
Yeah.
I do appreciate what's happening. It's not my top palate profile, but nice. This is cool.
So the soloist, though,
but this is also where you also start to see some of that aspect of them fiddling with the whiskey.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that is awesome. I like how you're doing this, Ed.
Yeah. What's next, Ed?
Thank you. Let's go to chin music.
Okay.
So this is a collaboration with the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, cool.
So it is a toasted of that Fiddler wheated. The one I gave you, it's at 100 proof, a little over 5 year. So you're going to get a little more of that oak impact and everything from the toast.
How many times have you been to the ASW Distillery yet?
So they've actually got 3 locations.
Okay.
At Truist Park at the Battery, the Braves Stadium, they've got a tasting room and a still where they still do their gin there.
Awesome.
Been there twice. I've been to the main distillery 5 different times now.
That's awesome.
And then over a little bit west of Atlanta, they got what they call the ASW Exchange. That's their aging warehouse, and they also have a tasting room there. And they're not huge, even though they got 3 locations.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something recently. The Exchange is pretty much full at capacity, 3,000 barrels. And then they've got another 300+ at their main location.
So that's too many barrels for say like you to be able to tell their staff where certain barrels are located. It sounds like
I have not been knighted by ASW
the biggest
like
regret of my
10
life is we
times.
didn't. That's the biggest regret of my life is that we didn't knight
Hey,
Tim. That's
get
just a
another
reason to go back,
opportunity.
right? That's a reason to go back.
I love this note.
In the chat, Wes says he really loves James Pepper. Wes and I, we went to the ball game today. We have an ongoing thing where he has a James Pepper he likes, and I think it's not good whiskey, so I'm not a James Pepper fan. The Solus, it did have that pepper note, but the nose wasn't bad. I think there's probably a place for it, but so this
now we're
one,
on the fastball.
Yeah, now we're doing the chin music. So let's again
So we're taking
inviting
a step
nose.
up.
Nose is very similar.
Yeah.
But inviting.
Yep. It's a step up in proof at 100 proof.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you get some oak impact on that. It reminds me of some of the Still Austin stuff, but a different, the barrel impact on this is in the palate. Like you can get that barrel impact. Like it hits you.
So
the other
Sorry.
unique thing with the chin musics, and they just released a special 8-year version commemorating, is they also take some new maple bats, unused maple bats, char those as staves in some of the finishing.
Maple bats, like
baseball bats?
Like baseball bats?
Yeah.
No shit. That's
This is crazy.
It's cool.
Just as part of the tie-in and collaboration with.
Wait. So wait. So they take a unused baseball bat made out of maple.
Yep.
And how do they infuse? Like, how do they get it into the whiskey?
How do they condition this? How do they condition this wood?
They just cut it down into like a stave profile, toasted.
Oh, in a stave. Okay. I thought it was like built into like a. Okay. Got
No,
it.
I'm picturing a guy stirring it with the. Like stirring the whiskey with the bat.
Freddie Freeman back in the day. Anyway.
Yeah.
He wasn't a daughter. Hey, Candace, cheers.
Candace, thanks for joining us. Thank you for being here. Look, see, Ed brings us female viewers.
Besides our own partner.
Yeah,
let's not link those two things together. I don't think that's me.
I really do.
don't
I think that picture of the Fiddler. Yeah. I mean, look. We just gotta go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Look.
We can go back to this.
Yeah. Tell me that doesn't bring female viewers to the Hack and Mac show. Like 100%.
Yeah, but I have no idea who that guy is.
That is Ed. That is you, buddy. That is like.
Wait.
That's
okay.
the Fiddler.
No. That is not me. That is clearly not me.
All right, you gotta. Zach, are you photoshopping, other photos of yourself with hair on?
I plan on it.
That
I
too?
plan on it. As you know, in 21090, I do like me some hair. So I do like me some hair.
Well,
And no, seriously though, this so this is considered a double oak, the chin music, you would say?
Yeah. Well, I would consider it more of a toasted.
More of a toasted. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind
I like
this.
it.
This is pretty good. Yeah.
I like the 100 proof
So-
on it. Is this 40? So we're back to that 45% wheat MGP.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're mostly running the table the rest of the night now with that 45% wheat.
Can I ask about when they get the juice and how long it's? And yes, I say juice. For those who challenge me on saying juice, I say juice, and I'm a proud juice sayer.
He's a juicy
Anyway,
boy. He's a juicy
when they
boy.
get the juice, how long do they like? Is it
It
in Atlanta?
varies.
That's my question. Oh, okay.
It varies.
Sorry, I went on the juice rant.
That's okay. We like juice here.
So
It's been a thing.
We're a juice friendly channel.
To give you a little bit of an idea,
Mhm.
I mean, I've talked to their head distiller, Justin. They're getting some barrels as fresh make. They're getting some that's partially
Yep.
aged. They only opened the main facility, started distilling in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And when you start looking at some of the ones we're going to be hitting at the end that are like an 8-year age statement, it's kind of there.
Well, I was going to ask you.
If
So,
you-
so that's one thing I want to ask you. So, I'm so familiar with Still Austin from Texas. Been there a few times. Done picks with them. You can see my top rope there. Like I'm Still Austin guy, right? One of the things they do is that slow water maturation thing where they add it, and because of the Texas heat, and that kind of controls the leather impact. Is there anything that they're doing at ASW that they're trying to kind of tone down that Atlanta heat, because it gets hot there too?
So the main facility, the barrels they have there are in partial climate control.
Oh, they are.
So
Okay.
they can keep it from spiking too high or too low.
Okay.
They've said, I haven't been out to the exchange. They've said they do have some minimal levels of climate control there, but mostly they're controlling by rotating the barrels across the levels.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that just sidebar for a minute is Tim sent us Instagram today and I've seen this already, and it brings up a lot of interesting thoughts. Is that our friends at Buffalo Trace are now speaking like they're friends, like they know who the fuck we are. They don't know who we are, but Buffalo, they're my friends because I've spent so much money on their products in the last 10 years. But no, so Buffalo Trace, they have a climate control. Would you say like a project warehouse kind of thing? So
the experimental fridge.
yeah.
Experimental.
What do you think about that, Ed? The old experimental fridge.
I mean that's the only way you're going to get things like Eagle Rare 25 and 30 that
Yeah.
aren't completely oaked out,
Yeah.
potentially.
We're joined by Warren also in the chat. Welcome,
Hey,
Warren. Thank you.
Welcome in. Thanks
for joining us.
Appreciate you.
I know, it means a lot.
Appreciate it. So okay, back to ASW and
let's
thanks
get
for
to the
the
whiskey.
walkthrough. Let's get to the whiskey. What's next? We should keep moving, right? Because
Okay, so let's go to the Fiddler Toasted. So this is actually a cask strength toasted single barrel. So 118 proof, 5-year, 11-month. This is from one of my favorite stores in the general area.
I like that.
This one, when I went there and picked it up and tasted it when they launched it at the store, I walked out with half a case.
Oh wow!
And I've shared this with several people, and the last time I was at the store about a month ago, they still had some. I have hooked up a couple of friends.
That's awesome.
This is my favorite nose of everything we've had so far.
This nose is killer.
I'll
The
get,
color,
like-
that's what I was trying to show.
There's like a burnt marshmallow thing going on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's generally with their toasted. that's generally where most people think it goes.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about barrels, but I don't know if there's a time to talk about barrels, or if you have a question about barrels, or if you're prepared to talk. But I saw a clip, and I have a barrel question. But Hack, tell me if I can roll with this, because you've got a big plan here.
Yeah, you roll with it. Go ahead.
Totally just hijacked the whole thing. That was the most passive aggressive go with it ever.
Oh, look.
I didn't even read the thing. I'm sorry. It's been a busy week. Hack
good.
does all the work. Hack does all the work.
Let's pretend like
you got a barrel
you
question.
did any show prep. Can we pretend like you did any show prep at all?
I did no show, and I did not. I don't know how to do all this. I just jump on here. I'm useless. So thank you, Hack.
Yeah, Warren wants to know who the headless guy is. That's the MGP slut. Hey, Warren. The shirt fit a little better when I first got it, and now I think it's more like a schmedium. And Hack doesn't wear a schmedium. I'm a bigger guy. Like this. So I'm sorry you're seeing my gut over there, but it is a bottle cam. I was trying to so that you guys could kind of see the pores. And if you're mesmerized by the schmedium shirt, I apologize. I really do. Sorry about that, Warren.
I think you look nice.
Thank you very much. Okay, so back to what do you want to like? Where do you want to go?
We don't have to do it yet.
Okay, yeah, let's wait.
Let's wait.
So here's Ed, the toasted. I'm about to take my first sip of this. Do you have any idea of the process for kind of how they do their toasted there at all? Have you being at the distillery and that? Have you had any behind the scenes view of that?
Actually, did I bring that one in?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hold, please.
This is so good.
This is good. I get a toasted marshmallow. What do you get on this? Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah, it's got a nice like, sort of like the deeper caramelization, like that, like dark caramel, almost like burnt. Which I don't want to say burnt caramel because that doesn't sound good. It sounds good to me, but it's like that barrel char and that like caramel.
This is like s'mores type thing, man.
Yeah.
This is like that s'mores type thing. It's like got the toasted marshmallow.
It's really nice. So
I get a light chocolate in this somehow.
So we're going full nerd on this, and this is another thing I love about ASW.
We love full nerd.
Transparency on the bottles. So this was an independent stave barrel. Okay. It was aged for 5 years, 11 months in a char 3. It was finished for 2 years, 9 months in a heavy toast.
2 years. Wow. That's a lot. That's some serious. Hey, hold that bottle up, Ed, closer to the camera real quick. That is okay. Nice. And that's a store pick?
This is a store pick.
Nice.
We also have a Hack SuperFan in the chat. Adam
that's my friend from Houston. Like, yeah.
He saw the show trending worldwide on Twitter/X, and guess what? I'm a Hack SuperFan too.
Thank you. Cheers. Well, it's a good thing we don't actually post on Twitter, but Adam, I appreciate you. Thank you. So no, Adam's a good friend of mine here in Houston. It's good to see you, buddy. And he's not Adam is a Maker's Mark guy. Like, he loves Maker's Mark, but that's about as far as he goes into whiskey. So the fact he's watching a whiskey show tells you he's a good friend. Awesome. So thank you, Adam.
There's some good makers out there.
There are.
If he's a Maker's guy, that ASW weeded may be up his alley.
That is a good call. That is a good call.
Yes.
I saved all that sample. I'll give it to him. This toasted, again, what is the name of this, Ed? This is a merchant's package pick. This is a local store close to you?
Yep.
So do you know the guys that do their picks, or like how do they,
I don't. I know the wife of the couple that owns the store is the bourbon drinker.
Okay.
She goes on all of their picks. She leads all of their picks. I don't know any of the rest of the team, but she has a really phenomenal palate.
Oh,
yeah, this is great.
And it aligns with me.
This is a great pick.
I've not had a bad pick from that store.
This is fantastic. Like the toasted I've had, like, so I'm trying to rank it right now. I think I like this more than Elijah Craig toasted that I've had. I wouldn't put it above the Michter's toasted I have.
That's your fave.
It's not really fair.
I might actually.
But man, it's fantastic. Oh, you got the old Michter's toasted there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it. I mean, yeah, it's not fair because anyway, there's a lot of things, but
this is MGP.
I'm
right?
not.
Ed, this is MGP.
Yeah. Yep. This is.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of too many other MGPs that do toasted. Like Penelope doesn't do it toasted, do they? Not really.
Yeah.
No, Penelope does toasted.
Do they? Oh, that's right. That toasted, and they did the toasted marshmallow. And I bet.
Yeah. Now
I've got one. Yeah.
The thing is, not many people use this MGP mash bill, the high wheat mash bill,
for a toasted. Yeah, that is a cool. That's a really cool thing to take a high wheat mash bill and toast it.
I have some thoughts on that, but why do you think, Ed, like you would not like? Why do they not use the wheated? Why would you not? Too much sweetness.
I don't think it's.
That's what I leaned.
Well, I mean the two, what is it, 21 and the 34, the two rye, corn rye mash bills.
Yeah.
They produce far, far more of that.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
probably
think an element of it is just the volume of it.
Yeah.
So I've got the Michter's toasted here, which is the toasted barrel finish, which is at what proof are we talking here? If I can find it, it's still 91, which is what Michter's does. But I think they're I like them both. I think in a blind it would be every other day you'd pick a different one.
Yeah. All right, Ed. What's next? I mean, what are we getting to next, Ed?
Okay, so now we're going into awards territory.
Oh, awards.
So go with the Encore Georgia Oak.
Did any of these have an ascot?
I don't know, but this one just won double gold at the ISCs and San Francisco.
Nice. Well, if they don't have an ascot, just saying. All right, but still.
Here's a little old fashioned in the chat.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for joining.
Warren says because most distillers haven't figured out how to minimize the grassy funk in wheaters. That's a good point. And you know what, Warren? I don't get a grassy funk on any of the wheated I've had from them tonight. It's not.
I agree.
And I've had some grassy funk, definitely, but not from these guys. So which one are we doing next, Ed?
Yeah, the Encore Georgia Oak.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was excited about this one.
Did we just did you pick me to be your partner in this because I laugh at your jokes? Because I do.
No, I picked you because your last name or your name rhymes with mine.
That's a good choice.
So
in
this is not the exact bottle for this one.
Oh,
but the Encore line is going to be this dark green.
Okay.
And
not to be confused with the big green egg pick, right? Not to be confused with that.
We shall not speak of that one. that one is but no, the Encore line is what they call their experimental finishing line.
Okay.
So they've done a Georgia Oak. They've done, this one's a maple barrel one. They've done a Tawny Port. They've done an Oloroso Sherry.
Got color on that one, guys.
Quite a few.
Oh shit!
That's got nice
color. These tend. This particular one is a 6-year, 2-month. The Encores typically are running 6 to 7 years.
And any reasoning behind the name Encore? Like, what are they?
It was just something they picked to differentiate kind of their. So the first ones they did, they first released a pair of these. One was a cigar blend with the Abomination tree bark, known as Amberana. and a tawny port.
Okay.
So that was the first pair they released last year. And they sold like gangbusters.
I was just going to say, on the nose on this, I get a little port wine type thing going on. Like I get
like a dust, yeah.
I get a red wine thing on the nose on this.
I get a dusty, like a older dusty note, like not like a corn dusty, but like an older whiskey dusty note, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's not exactly old rickhouse smell, but it's like, yeah, there's an older vibe on this.
Yeah, so as the name of it suggests, all the oak for the finishing on these is harvested here in Georgia.
This has the best proof of or best finish of anything we've had. Like there's a finish here that is like, it's still going, man. As I started talking, and it's still going. Oh, it's 120, 121.8 proof. Yeah, so
that'll help.
121.8.
Yeah. We've stepped it up. Yeah. This proof.
I've been walking you up the ladder there.
Thank you for holding us gently through this, Ed.
Yeah,
I feel gently helped. I do. Thank you.
Can we talk about Ed's expertise here in this? Where, like, he has meticulously walked us through this in a very like intentional way, and
I feel loved.
Anyway, it just shows his super fandom.
I feel loved by Ed right now. I really do. But also, a man like Ed, knowing this much about ASW, I feel like I should be paying for this. Like, checks in the mail, Ed. Checks in the mail. Yeah, this is good. Like, this is a good change of pace.
Can we take that check and turn it into Still Austin?
Oh, absolutely. We got Still Austin coming out the wazoo down here, buddy. You got that. Oh yeah.
So on this one, this might be my favorite one so far.
You're going to keep saying that. I'm
okay.
Yeah.
And I love, I love my Georgia Heartwood single barrel, but this one, you said it's just maple. Is it maple wood finish?
This is Georgia oak staves.
Georgia oak staves. Okay, I don't know where I got the maple. Yep. I thought you said maple.
Yeah, this one is. I just tell you, there's a finish that happens through the mid palate that you expect to go away, but it doesn't. And it keeps going. And I'm gonna try one more time to tell you what I'm getting through the finish. The finish is definitely an oak, but it's not, because it's a Georgia oak. It's almost like a little bit spicier oak, maybe. It's not exactly like a sweet oak. I wouldn't call the finish sweet at all. Mac, what would you put on that?
The finish sweet? Yeah, no, I agree. It's got some spice to it, which I did not get from the other pours from this wheated mash bill, which is why at first I was like, wait, is this not? Because I saw the green label too, and I thought rye. I'm getting rye spice.
That right there. The first time I tried the Georgia oak, I did a double take because I swore that had rye in it.
So it doesn't have rye in it at all?
No, it's that same mash bill.
That's crazy.
It's crazy what oak finishes, what some of these oak finishes can do.
So it's not like a French oak either. It's I guess because, I mean, who else is finishing with Georgia oak? Or not finishing, but using Georgia oak in the process.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's really interesting, Ed. That's fun. Like, that does something that I don't get in other whiskeys that's cool.
Can I bring us back? Sorry, no. You go ahead, Ed, and I have something.
I was going to say,
Hack and I back.
To me, I think that's why it did so. I mean, for whatever worth the awards are, I think that's why it's done well in the past couple of months with the awards.
Yeah, it's there's a spiciness that's not overpowering. You know what I think it is? This is the note for me. A little ground nutmeg, like because it's got that spice, but it's not overpowering spice. So it's like ground nutmeg.
That's perfect. I mean, the experimental MGP barrels we tasted in the containers.
Yeah.
At Cox Creek, during the barrel shortage, I think it was Colombian oak.
Colombian oak, yeah.
It's like Colombian oak went a little too far. Like, right? Like, this is like bringing us back into the sweet spot to me. So,
and I wonder, like, let's go whiskey nerd for a minute, right? Like, if you think about Georgia,
I mean, we've been going,
and like you think Georgia and like oak, and like, what is it going to pick up? Like, what is the oak wood in Georgia going to pick up that you're not going to pick up in a Kentucky oak or, a French oak or something else? And like, there's probably something to that, right? Like, there's probably.
I mean, a lot of Georgia, you're talking about red clay soil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So completely different soil nutrient composition.
Yeah.
Going into the wood.
Yeah, and that's where I was headed at. I'm glad you said that because I think that's what happens here is that like the oak is it just doesn't taste like other oaks I've had, and so the red clay, the soil has a lot to do with it. I'm sure. I'm not an expert, as everybody here knows, but like I definitely know what I like and I know what I don't like, and I like this. Like I do, but it's different. Like it's different. It's a very different pour, but a good one.
Yeah.
Ah, peach. Alan said peach. Yeah. I didn't get any peach notes on this yet, but you think about like what it takes to grow peach trees, and I'm sure there's something there.
Oh, Colombian. Tim in the chat.
Cocaine
nickname,
barrel.
Cocaine barrels. That's what they called them, the Colombian oak barrels.
That's yeah.
Also in parts banana. Yeah, I feel like this gets right before the banana, Tim.
It does. Yeah.
Right before.
Yeah, it's not banana.
Now we're going
banana.
Now we're going.
Can I pour this one now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is next.
Awesome. So I want to tell a quick story.
This is the Georgia Heartwood. Yeah.
I want to tell a quick story. So I was traveling. I travel a lot for work, right? And I like to hunt and go to different stores. And I was at Tower Liquor in Atlanta. You been there, Ed? Tower?
Yep.
Yeah, and so
they've actually got 2 locations. Yep.
Just got lucky that day. The owner came out, and I told him where I was from, and just kind of did the thing, right? Where I was like, hey, I'm from Texas, not here often. I really want to take something back that nobody else has, or like I can't find. Also, though, that same day, they had an EH single barrel just hanging out. Limit 1, $70. I was like, okay. So I brought home an EH single barrel from Tower, and then he said, but I want you to take this home, which this is your Fiddler Georgia Heartwood, and it's, as you can see, it's a store pick from Tower. And God, I love this thing. But tell us about Georgia Heartwood, Ed. Go ahead. You educate us, but that's where I got my bone.
Sure. So, first, are you familiar with what Heartwood is referring to?
No. Well, kind of, but I think most people aren't. So let's, fill us in.
Okay. So when you're talking about a tree in Heartwood, this is going to be the central part of the tree.
Okay.
So the core of the tree is going to be the Heartwood. So what is extremely unique about this, and this was going to be a one-time deal. It was so popular, they made it a regular thing, an annual thing.
Love it.
So what's unique about this is it's finished with oak staves, toasted oak staves. But what's unique about it is all of the staves are Georgia Heartwood, and it goes even further. All of those staves are harvested, cut down, and hand charred by their head distiller.
Oh my gosh.
So hand charred, like what does that look like?
Yep.
Like
I
don't want to ask you questions that are if you don't know, you don't know, but like hand charred, like
he will hand char them over a flame.
No shit. That's
oh my gosh.
The Georgia Heartwood is extremely hands-on.
Would you say that the Heartwood is where ASW starts to differentiate itself from other craft distillers in terms of what they do. Is that fair?
Absolutely. And this is where they're in a little bit of a weird space, because when you're talking about Fiddler, the weeded line, they're operating more like an NDP because they're sourcing MGP.
Yep.
But they're not purely an NDP because they distill their own stuff too in their other lines. So they go both directions with it. But yeah, this to me, I mean, this was my first love out of ASW. This is the one that kind of starts to set them apart when you talk about doing different things with MGP.
Yeah, that's such a great point where,
go ahead. Yeah.
Like,
Sorry.
no. I mean, that was a great. I'm feeling that too. That noise. I love this. I love this pour. It's awesome. I mean,
so
it's like, it's, I think a lot of people, and for maybe even like new whiskey drinkers, or even those who have been in it for a while, or even us, like for a long time, like MGP. Some of us love MGP, which, we are the ones here that do love it. But we do love when it's used in the right way or uniquely, or it's just great. And this is like a perfect example of how you can do it all, right? Like, you can distill, do your own thing. You can source, and then you're doing stuff with a barrel like that, which thank you for pausing my question earlier. Because I knew something was up.
Yeah, no, don't go too early. That's what she said. So listen. So listen, Ed. What this does, and I just for people that don't have a Georgia Heartwood at home, I don't want to go Mac and say who has a Heartwood, but here's the thing: like, if you see one in the wild, it does some really crazy, interesting stuff on the nose, because when you smell it, man, have you ever been to like a woodworking shop? Have you ever been somewhere where they're like doing fresh cut wood and has that really? I know another one is like my mom used to keep her jewelry in like an old like oak like box, and you like open up that old box and it's got that older wood thing going on. That's what you get in the nose, and then so not many pours is it wood forward on the nose. You know what I mean? Usually if you get wood forward on the nose means it's super old, I would say. Like, and this is not super old, but they did something like what we know what they did now that you taught us, to bring that wood nose forward. And then when you get into the taste, it is so inviting and good. And it feels like you're drinking like a 12, like 13, 14. It feels like you're drinking an older whiskey.
Yes.
It really feels like you're drinking an older whiskey.
Well, here, let me run down. This is my single barrel that I've got. So, right at 6 years. It's technically triple oaked.
Woodford would charge you $200 for that.
Exactly. So, char 3 and 4. Heavy and medium toasts, 84 staves, 84 Georgia Heartwood staves in the barrel.
Wait, in one?
They're not, when they're saying staves, they're not talking like a barrel stave. They're talking like just a stave of wood. So,
because I've seen, like the necklaces. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
They're not talking about that.
No, they're about
it's
an inch and a half, 2 inch.
Okay. It's really interesting. Like, this piece is really interesting, but I also love the transparency.
Question from Warren. Are they doing short barrels to try to bring that wood? Is that how they're getting the wood?
Small barrel.
I'm sorry, small barrels. Yeah.
No, 53 gallon.
Love it. Respect.
Do you think that, so when you said earlier, and I'm just going to be dumb for a minute, because I am. When you said earlier that they hand char And you said that they're doing 80, how many? 80.
83 staves in this.
He's doing 83 hand charred staves for each single. Man, think about the time that takes.
Mm-hmm. So
that's crazy.
So Justin, the head distiller, Mac, you're Texas, you'll kind of get this. I know some of the people in chat, Candace, Warren, they'll definitely get it. He's just a good old Georgia Southern boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 90% of the time at the distillery, he's wearing suspenders over his shirt, holding his pants up. I mean, he's just a good old boy. And loves getting his hands dirty doing things.
Well, he did it with this, man. This
was kind of his baby, and he does the staves in huge batches. Most of the time, the trees that he's harvesting for this have come down in big storms. He's got a couple that are cut up, have been kind of seasoning, haven't been charred yet from the hurricane last year that came through.
That makes sense. Taking on that seasoning in the outside. Yeah. So Ed, you when you were talking about, the store pick that you have, the store pick I have, is all of Georgia Heartwood store picks, or do they have a shelfer product? Not a shelfer, probably the wrong word, but like a standard product. It's all single barrels. So most of it, like I saw one in Total Wine sometime, and Total Wine picks are normally horrible, so I didn't pick it up. And I'm just wondering if they're all good.
I have bias against Total Wine picks, so I'm not going to say they're all good. But,
Thank you, Total Wine.
Same.
Sponsorship not coming from Total Wine.
I mean, Total Wine managed to ruin a Still Austin.
Same for me.
They did. Yeah. Anyway, all right. We're not going to go off on a tangent with Still Austin.
Yeah, we should probably. I will say, so bringing it back to the Georgia Heartwood, to my first time with this Georgia Heartwood seal box and their pick that I brought to Spillway, and then it was one of those. Do you guys have those bottles? And also in the chat, what are the bottles where you bought the bottle for the register? Maybe it came in the mail. You went back, you cracked it, and then you sipped it, and you go, "Oh gosh, I have to get another one." Like, I want to know what that is. This was one of those for me, and I immediately went back and got another one, and that's what I'm drinking. Here.
So this one, there are 4 behind it. This is the third one I have opened.
What's your favorite, Ed?
That's awesome.
Is the one you're trying right now the favorite out of all of them from your store picks you've got?
It's second favorite.
Oh,
you got one more that's all right.
Oh wait, yeah. I'll let y'all finish up on this one, but then we're going to my baby.
Okay.
All right, we're spending a ton of time on this, which I could spend an hour on.
I spent a lot of time here so I could have a second pour of it, which I did. But hey, Houston Basement Dwellers,
I love this one.
You guys that are watching in my Houston group, this one's going in a blind. You guys are going to blind this because I think you guys are going to love this shit. And I don't want you to know what's coming. Don't. So anyway, sorry, Ed.
Alan with the...
No, it's all good.
Tim with... Sorry, in the chat, I said the chat, so we can go to this next one. But
yeah, keep up.
Tim needs that Wolcott barrel pick. And then Alan... And then Alan, they always steer me towards that Walcott. Anyway, Good Times Toasted Apricot from Alan. Yeah, that's a song.
Oh, that's that one. The Good Times Toasted Apricot at our last bottle share that our group got together. It was probably the best bottle of the night. Like, we all loved it. It was, really good. All right, Ed. Bring us home, Ed. What's our last option here from the Fiddler?
Well, so I'm actually going to quick diversion. I'm not. You guys don't have samples of this.
Oh.
But I'm going to talk about this briefly.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So if you remember,
I love it.
I talked about the ryes, that they do have MGP ryes. So they also have two different types of ryes.
Yep.
The MGP ryes you'll see as Fiddler. And they're typically going to be either a chin music or a toasted.
Okay.
They also have this.
Whoa.
Resurgence rye.
That looks fancy.
So this 100% malted rye.
Whoa. Wait. Whoa.
4% of that
100%.
being chocolate. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. So,
This.
I mean, Hack will run away from this. I am kind of open to this. Matthew in the chat will buy it immediately. But yes. All right. Tell me more.
You tried the Chattanooga rye, correct?
Yes. I really liked it. It beats
What's the name on that? Hey, what was the
rye?
Hey, Ed, what was the name on that? Resurgence Rye? Is that what that was?
Resurgence Rye. Yep.
Okay. I can promise you, Veronica, tomorrow, check your credit card statement, and there will be a Resurgence Rye. It's going to show up.
And that one is their own distillate as well.
Oh wow! Okay.
Hey, where the chat needs to know, Ed. I'm sorry, we're going to pause you. The chat needs to know where can we get this, or can we?
So they're in limited states. You can get a good bit of their stuff off of not sponsored. You guys are not sponsored.
We're not sponsored by
anybody. Get a good bit of it off of. Yeah, you can get a good bit of it off of Sealbox.
Oh, Sealbox. Okay.
Yeah. If you're ever coming through Georgia, you can absolutely get it. You go to any of their locations here in the Atlanta area, you can do tasting flights and everything. You can get crazy things in the malted side, like this bad boy.
Ooh, syncopation. Oh. What the hell? Ooh.
That's quite the name.
Look at the color on that bad boy. My goodness.
So this is an exception for them. These are in 5-gallon barrels.
Whoa.
5-gallon barrels.
They're fully climate controlled. This was a single barrel I got earlier this year at their Maltamania event. 100% malted bloody butcher corn.
Ooh.
And 74.5% ABV.
Oh, do the math on that,
boys and girls.
That's not like just hazmat. That's full hazmat. That went full hazmat.
This is nuclear, but it doesn't drink it. This drinks like 120. And it's sweet as you can get. I love this.
But, hey, Matt, right now, do you feel like, like we were all kind to Ed about all the samples he gave us and everything else? Are you kind of feeling like right now, like, what the, like...
I know the only one left I have is some, like, Irish pot still bullshit.
So that one I got after I sent you stuff. But
okay,
we're gonna.
I love Ed. I love you.
No,
that was a shot.
That was a shot
at Matthew. That was a shot at Matthew, not at you. Thank you, sir, for everything you've done.
So I will say the Druid Hill, the Irish style pot still. So the one that you guys have got, I think it's 90 proofer. It's okay. They released earlier this year a limited edition cask strength. It's a banger. If you like Irish.
I'm sorry,
no,
Matt.
we're going to end the night on.
I didn't mean to make you sad. Okay, what's your? All right, so we're ending it on.
This is the antique.
All right,
let's do it.
Which I have a whole. Yeah, I brought my sample here of here. Yeah.
This is 8-year.
I love you, Matthew.
This is 8-year. It's not aged the full. Most of them are not aged the full 8 years in Georgia. At least a couple of years in Georgia. Of that same MGP wheated mash bill. To tell you how much this is my baby. This is bottle number 4.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
And they only first released this around Thanksgiving last year.
My God, that's got a sweet nose. That nose on that is so.
This is
sweet.
one of my go-to pours.
I mean, I know it's totally different whiskey. People will judge me for this.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. But the nose on this reminds me of Found North Batch 11.
And
oh wow,
I've been going just tasting pours along with you guys. No, I'm decent pour on this one. If I'm going to drink this one, I'm drinking this.
You're drinking that one. You're going all in right here.
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that nose, Mac?
no, it has that sweet, that like
Cotton
it
candy.
really has that. Oh yeah, wow, okay. Also, we've got it before we jump in. You know, the chat's going crazy from what just happened, and by crazy, you know, like I made Matthew sad, and then like he's getting like roasted on the stream and the chat and the show, and then he said this is crazy, and then you know Tyler, you know, also we forgot Candace, the hazmat queen here.
Yeah, Brew Queen
like,
showed up.
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
she has a hazmat alert.
we've got to mention this.
Full disclosure. One of the bottles I picked up at that event of that was for Candace. She just has not taken possession of it yet.
Okay.
So as long as she has
it, just because Candace was missing, let's for her just do a quick couple seconds rundown of the hazmat that you threw up on stream earlier.
Yeah, because what was the mash bill on that again and everything? Yeah, because I even like
100% malted bloody butcher corn, which is an heirloom corn. This is so if you've ever in the summer just gone out and taken a cob of sweet corn and bit into it, you get an explosion of that in this.
Oh man, I love me some sweet corn, especially if you go to the fairs or carnivals and stuff where they cook it in the. You ever been where they cook it in the old milk containers where they heat the milk container from the bottom and they put the corn in it? Mac, you had those, or is that too southern?
Man, I'm from like country Tennessee. You forget. Like,
okay.
I didn't have that. That sounds weird as hell. I mean, they just put it on like the grill or whatever.
Am I off base here?
No, I've had that. Yeah.
Wait, I don't know the milk thing. But I'm from rural.
They used to
Tennessee,
deliver milk in these metal like containers, right? And they have a lid on the top. And what they do at these carnivals and fairs and stuff is they heat the bottom of that. And put a little water in it, and they drop the corn, and then they pull the corn out of that.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Maybe I've seen it. I just didn't know. Like maybe like that when I was younger, they didn't drop the milk off at your doorstep. But anyway, like so we can.
I'm a little older. I know that. Candace says Bloody Butcher hazmat bin.
Yeah,
Candace, you already did.
You already did.
So is this? You may have said this already, but we've gone through how many samples already. But
let's not count.
This is not their own distillate.
Which one? The
antique.
No,
the Has.
No, this
is
the
Has. Oh, the Has.
The Has. That's their distillate.
Oh, that's amazing. That is awesome. That is so cool.
And
all right.
If anybody is within driving distance of Atlanta. They currently, if you look on Eventbrite, and I get no kickbacks from this.
None of us do, Ed.
July 19th, they are releasing. So the ones they did at Maltamania were single barrels.
Okay.
They're releasing a small batch of the same malted 100% bloody butcher corn, hazmat. 150 plus proof.
Oh my gosh!
July 19th.
How are
they're 100? They're 150 bucks a pop. I've already reserved my 2.
That's awesome.
Look at Ed doing work, buddy. All right, is driving distance to Atlanta considered like I don't know, like well here's the thing. Like I could wear I could wear the astronaut diaper.
Wait, what?
You're not familiar with that?
Wait,
The astronaut diaper?
I mean, maybe I think I am, but is this a thing that people say or?
No, there's a girl from Houston that drove to Florida to kill her, I think, boyfriend or something, and she was an astronaut. Here. No, she was an astronaut, and so she wore her astronaut diaper. So
I
she
didn't
didn't
know this.
Yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, I could wear that astronaut diaper just to go get this whiskey.
Chat after 6 samples.
Stick around late, guys.
Mac and Mac show. Stay late. Get the news stories.
Come early, stay late. This is what happens. All right,
I'm too young. You're right.
Let's get into antique. Let's get into antique. Let's do this.
So good. All right.
We need to give this pour its respect. Like, I'm sorry I made the astronaut.
That's why I got the fancy glass.
Oh my God! Look at you, fancy ass. I love it. I love how fancy you are.
I'm respecting the glass. I'm respecting the pour. Are you cracking something?
What are we doing? Ed's going off. Ed's going off the reservation. What are we doing, Ed?
Y'all keep tasting.
All right, we're gonna keep.
I love it. Let's go, Ed.
Come back to me in a minute.
Let's go, Ed. All right. So
the nose is awesome.
Super sweet. Let's do this.
You know I love this, and I've been trying to beat. So I've been trying to beat Antique 107, right? Heck, we talk about this. The chat, everyone talks about this. I don't particularly have an affinity for Weller, other than yes, early on it was available and I liked it. 107's the proof. This is a single barrel. It's much higher. But I gotta say, this thing is just this is killer.
It's fantastic. It tastes like a good Kentucky bourbon that's got proof on it. This is the first time of the night where I thought, oh, that's got Kentucky bourbon vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will tell you, I mean, for my money, I think I like the Heartwood more because I don't know, it's just, but this, it's a fantastic pour. The nose is tremendous. It's that cotton candy caramel kind of thing, but the finish on this is good. It's a little one notice on the finish, but it's still great. It's still great.
One notice on it? Huh.
When you saying that, Mac, I've actually never had an Antique 107.
Well, you will soon because
it's like this. It is like this. Mac's right.
Well, him saying
you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed.
If I'm going to be disappointed in 107 compared to this, I can live my life happy.
Yeah. Tim said that Glen, since it doesn't have the long stem, that you're not respecting the pour fully, but although you saved the long stem just for Calumet.
Just for Calumet. I'm sorry. There's only one pour that gets that.
That loyalty's good though. That loyalty's good.
And we're not sponsored by them either. Anyway.
Who are we sponsored by ever?
Our own pockets. Yeah. All right.
And Antique's fantastic. Do they do store picks of Antique or is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've gotten a couple of store picks of it. Most of my bottles though are straight from the distillery.
There you go.
Picks by the head distiller.
Oh, that's it. That's much better. Although Sealbox,
Sealbox is generally good on picks.
Yeah,
I can't complain
especially
about
with them. So I got the toasted. I got 2 of the Georgia Heartwood, and then the Antique from them.
It's good.
That's anyway.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. You saw what I was cracking something. Happens to be a Sealbox pick.
That's
nice.
Awesome. That's awesome.
This is another encore. I haven't even tasted this one yet.
Oh man,
let's get into it, Ed. Live on stream. Let's do it.
This is maple syrup barrel finish.
Oh, hey, fat kid whiskey.
Oh wow! And while Ed does this, just stay in the chat because we're gonna taste the Irish whiskey.
Are we really?
Yes, we are. We
Jesus.
have to.
Oh Jesus! Candace asked for something in the chat too. She wanted you to do something, Ed. She asked for you to give her notes on the King's Ice Wine.
Oh man, Ed's gonna pass out on this.
We're gonna watch
Tease
Ed.
ice wine.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking
I'll
about.
go grab that one in a second.
Ed's
Just for
having a
Candace, I'll go grab that in a second.
All right, let's let Ed roll. Let's let Ed roll.
I love it. I love it.
So, Candace and a few people know one of my other longtime go-tos has been Widow Jane Decadence.
Oh
yeah,
I don't like heavy maple, but I do like that one. On the nose, this is comparable.
Oh, really?
Ooh. Okay.
It's not like overpowering maple.
Wish I had this. You know, we had 6 samples.
Jesus, it's Sunday night. I wish Zebiotic worked. I really do.
God, we're never gonna get a Zebiotic sponsorship like everyone.
No, look. Oh, fuck them. Look, Wes says brand's not sponsored by Hack and Mac, Penelope, Zebiotics, and Total Wine.
Okay.
I don't want it sponsored by any of them. I don't.
I'm going to shout this out for Candace because she knows my love of Widow Jane Decadence. This is right there with it.
Ooh, okay.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
You can... So, you've got the difference between this and Widow Jane Decadence. This being a wheater, you've got the wheat sweetness there. The maple, it's just a very slight hint of the maple.
Oh, good.
It's
good.
not like the overpowering. This is extremely balanced.
Look at him. When he looks at the glass like that lovingly, that means he likes it.
That's how you know he likes it.
You know he likes it. Look, he's looking at that glass like, yeah.
Get you someone who looks at you the way Ed looks at his pour in the Glen.
If Ed looked at that glass any
ABV.
sexier, it would be there would be children from that glass.
So it's just under 100 proof. This is dangerously crushable.
Dangerously crushable.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like those words.
I like that.
I like those words.
No, this is phenomenal.
That's quite. I mean,
I love.
Did
the
you
short
have the
barrel
13?
Sapsquatch? I love the short barrel Scout.
I've got one that I haven't opened in my tasting room.
But it's very heavy maple.
Yeah, so that's my question, which
subtle.
is okay. Did the 13th Colony maple?
So that's a completely different animal.
Okay.
You're going to open up a flack on me.
No, I'm not. I have my own. I would never do that.
That's maple wood, not maple syrup. Not maple
so this
syrup
is
barrel.
maple syrup. So this has been in a barrel that has maple syrup. Yes. So that's
Correct.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like the difference
Correct.
here. I would
Correct.
never put a flack on you, Ed.
No, y'all are gonna make me go.
You would never, ever do that. What are you doing? All right. What do I got to?
I don't know if they've got any more of it left. This was a seal box pick.
How did I miss this?
If it's still in stock, go grab it.
I think, just so you know, I think there is a Georgia Heartwood still up on the site.
There
y'all.
definitely is a Heartwood.
So go get it, and also, Sealbox, talk to me.
Adam said, "Somebody get the Teddy Pendergrass going in the background for Ed."
Oh, okay. Candace wanted the ice wine king.
That's a great comment.
Oh yeah,
Adam.
go get the ice wine finished.
Oh look, Ed.
By the way, Ed.
Somebody needs to do a health check on Ed tomorrow. It's our fault.
I know.
It's our
It is. Ed has been, anyway, we're not going to talk about that, but
No, Ed's fine.
what did you just do?
Way too much.
Ed is fine.
This is the Good Times Toasted Blueberry Maple because all this talk about maple got me excited. And then the way that Ed looked at that glass, this is how I look at this glass.
Oh gosh.
Hey girl, you've been looking at me a long time. And I've been looking at you too. And you're the Toasted Blueberry Maple. And tonight's a night. It's
Just
gonna
add
be
some
special.
Keith Sweat.
No, Ed's got that. Look.
Just add some Keith Sweat, and then we're going to make a short, and we're going to send it to 210.
Speaking of making them sweat, let's go back to this. Hold on a minute. I gotta go back to this. Hold on. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You want someone to play the sweet chin music to you and look lovely?
Recorded.
I mean, do you want someone like that?
Recorded.
I mean, I think everybody
I-
wants something like that.
Okay.
I
This
think
is
we need to
how
let
much,
Ed do his thing.
Yeah, we do.
This is how much I respect Candace.
Okay.
I'm
We all
dealing
do.
with wax with no pull tab here.
Oh,
Just-
we're gonna zoom in because you know what?
Yeah.
Hack and I have had our own problems with.
We've
Hey,
had
by the
some
way,
issues,
Jeffersons, why don't you just make perforations on the plastic, Jeffersons? You're not that important, okay?
Suck it, Jeffersons.
Yeah,
Sorry.
cast strength sucks.
Yeah, they do. It's not
Sorry.
whiskey.
I'm smart enough to not
whiskey.
have the bottle on camera.
All right, I'm gonna switch this out because that's what I'm having. I'm having one of these.
Okay, we got it.
What are we all just?
Oh,
drinking
that was a
different
good
things?
pop, man. That's a nice pop. Yeah, we've gone off the rails. We're off the rails, Mac. At this point, there's nothing.
I love it.
Since you do no
What-
show prep, this is your part.
Where we're going,
Hey, I'm
we
here
don't
for you,
need
buddy.
no rails.
I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm at least gonna get the planes in. Got them in.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So Candace
All right,
asked for this.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
So
What did she ask?
so this
for, Ed?
is Kings County or Kings Family.
Ryconic.
Ryconic. So Kings Family is in Tennessee, Sevierville,
Represent
just
it.
outside of Gatlinburg.
We're getting chat, listen up, chat. We're getting bonus SuperFan material. This is where you subscribe. Everybody subscribe. If you're not subscribed
Please,
to us,
like and subscribe
please
at least.
like, subscribe, click that button. I don't know what the fuck people say, but like whatever they say, do that because this we're getting into ice wine stuff. Like this is cool.
Did,
like,
did,
go.
I mention I'm also a Kings Family super fan? So
Future show?
Shout out
Ryconic.
Kings
So
Family.
first of all, this is MGP 95.5 rye. So we're still on brand with MGP sluts.
All right, good.
Thrice barreled.
Ooh,
The last barrel was in an ice wine cask.
wait,
So if you're not familiar with ice wine, this is, I forget the region, but basically they leave the grapes on the vine until
Yep.
the first frost. The ice concentrates the sugars and everything, makes it much sweeter. So it's a very sweet wine.
Ice wine.
In a former life, I was a wine snob.
Okay. I didn't know about ice wine. I learned about something
We're-
right there.
Aged at least 9 years. 9-year MGP 95.5 rye.
oh yeah. Put that on my
And-
gravestone.
110.2 proof.
Okay. All
I
right.
love it.
So-
also, yeah.
Go ahead,
Ed-
Matt.
Ed, not to interrupt. I should not have interrupted you, and I'm sorry, but like our chat is still timing and kicking people out of things, so I don't know what you put on there, Hack.
No, he used foul language. You can't
Warren,
use foul language
Warren,
here.
oh yeah, you're timed out for one more second. Please use more foul language. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
So, the only taste I have had of this was out of the plastic communion sippy cup at the distillery. And it was enough to buy it.
I love it.
But I love ice wine finish. So you're getting this raw and live, and you're gonna have to deal with. I am not sophisticated tasting notes.
No, none of us are. No.
Normally, my
That-
tasting
no one
notes
comes here for
are this is good or this is horrible.
Let's get
But
to that.
we're gonna do this live.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
This is the content people pay for, but we don't charge anyone.
We don't want fancy. We want real fans. Yeah.
Oh,
What do we
man,
got
this
here?
Is like I can't place it.
He's in his feelings, though.
Insanely.
Yeah, but you can tell that
super
he likes it.
It is super sweet on the nose.
I like it.
Spend some time with it,
I
Ed.
don't get any.
Yeah,
any
you can take some
ethanol
time in
on
it.
the nose
You
from
know,
it.
Making live notes is one of the hardest things in my life I've ever done. Like, it's
It's true.
like,
it's
I
hard.
watch people do it, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. And then you do it, and you're like, oh, Jesus, like, I'm going to be an idiot. And so
Yeah, sorry, Warren. Hack doesn't want any even slang.
no
language.
cuss words like fuck, shit, or any of that. None of it. All right.
Well, fuck. What am I doing here if I can't?
All right.
No, Ed,
all right.
you can.
We
You're
got-
the super fan. Do
Ed, you
Oh,
go.
okay,
You're the fan.
okay.
You can do what you want. You can do what you want.
Okay, so a
He's
little
loving
bit
this.
disclosure first.
Yeah.
I'm generally not a rye guy.
Okay.
And I've not generally been a fan of MGP 95.5 rye. Because to me, it's too much rye forward.
Yeah, it gets a little funky.
I barely get a hint of the rye spice on this. It
Nice.
is all sweet. Just
Nice. Love it.
I'm mesmerized right now. by Ed.
I know we're just gonna let him go. We're gonna let him go with this. I was gonna go to the chat, but we're gonna let him go.
This is like at the Masters, right?
All
Like
right.
he's over the ball.
All right. He's lining up for a
lining
putt.
up
so.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
We'll
this
see
is
what
not
Dave's
going to
got
make
here.
sense to most people, but I mean, it's like
It's gonna make sense to me, Ed.
so. What it reminds me of
He's going for
is
it.
okay. Now you're being a dick.
Well, that's what we do. But you know what? I'm so sorry, Ed, and I
I
apologize.
mean, it is on brand. It is on brand
because we are
among
yeah.
friends here. Yeah,
We will
Yeah.
stop. But
No,
I
it's-
love what's happening, and
so-
I'm going to shut up right now. Oop.
So I used to be a wine snob.
Oh,
I really did. And so if you have ever had, and this might be just a me thing, if you have ever had a sweet muscadine wine,
Let's see,
that's
yeah.
what I get right up front on the
Interesting.
palate. So it's
Mac, last time you
it's-
had muscadine
it's-
wine, when did you have some of that?
So Tennessee, like they have a couple, they have a couple vineyards, and if you're driving like 40, and then you're going to East Tennessee and driving, they have like muscadine wine. That's like a thing. Like, and you can
Really?
stop off 40, and it's just sweet muscadine wine.
it's-
Yeah,
it's
Nice.
not like
It's a thing.
It's not like a Kool-Aid grape. It's just like a. If
Yeah,
you've
it's
ever
like-
taken like white grapes and put
Yeah.
them in the freezer for a few
Oh,
minutes,
yeah,
so they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
super cold, and then
super,
you
yeah.
bite into them, and it's just that sweet, light
So-
grape explosion. It's
Yeah.
that right on the front, and then you get just the tingle of the rye spice on the back end of the fish. This is excellent.
Oh,
There
really?
you go,
So
Candace.
you like it?
Candace, there you go.
Oh, I
So
love
you
this.
like it with that finish? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
That's
great.
I mean, it tempers.
I didn't know we were
The
going to get into
95.5
ice wine
rye.
tonight. Like we started the night, I had no idea. Like this is what's cool about like whiskey and about friends. Candace knew you had that. She called you out. You're doing your notes. Like this is cool. I don't.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
didn't-
she said it's a dessert wine. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. It tempers the spice of the MGP 95.5, and it's so freaking balanced.
that's awesome.
And so, I know this is diverting from ASW.
no,
It's okay.
we've moved on. We
Yeah.
we are now.
So
we're the
I-
Ed show.
Oh wow, it's the Ed show now.
Because
Yeah, I might be
love
kicked
the
out
fact
after
that
this.
I love the fact that you like are going and grabbing a bottle that like look. I didn't even know ice wine existed because I'm kind of dumb. So now I've learned about ice wine, but also got your notes from it, and now I want it.
So, just a tidbit about King's family. So they are an NDP.
Okay.
They deal just with MGP.
I love them already.
They do some amazing things with some different finishes. I mean, I love ice wine in general, going back to my wine snob days.
Okay.
I've had Barrel Craft Spirits ice wine finish. Amazing. I mean, I love Barrel Craft Spirits. They're amazing blenders.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, Candace in the chat. Please don't apologize. Please, this is like great.
That's why we're here.
Great. Like
That's
this.
why we're here.
like I don't know, I want to talk about something for a minute because like the reason I wanted to do this channel is not to be YouTube famous at all. I just want to do something that's fun for our friends, and I consider Ed a friend. I consider you a friend, Candace, and like, look, we want to hang out and drink whiskeys and learn about them together. And Ed, you've done a incredible job teaching us about ASW tonight. Like it's
been awesome.
Like I this is everything I would have hoped for and more. So like I'm not no bullshit like in front of everybody. Like thank you, because it was really really cool. I do want to like do a couple things though. Will you come back and do like a King's Family thing for us?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. And then
maybe
that would be awesome.
Get Candace on.
Yeah, get Candace on. That would be cool.
You and Candace.
Myself or Candace for that. I mean, if you want somebody for Detling
Duo
or Crittenden, I'm your guy.
Oh, you're Detling, Crittenden? Okay, all right. So for those that are watching, like I've got a couple of guys in Texas that I'm friends with, Alan and Matthew, who've been in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for watching. They're going to do a Garrison's Brothers that's our next SuperFan series. I don't know if it'll be maybe in a few weeks. We're trying to line up the schedules, but those guys, they've done some cool stuff with Garrison, so we're going to do that. But if anybody like that's watching that wants to do a SuperFan thing, I would love to have you on. I'd love for you to teach us and walk us through. Ed, you've killed it tonight, brother. Like
this has been so great. Can I ask one thing? And by the way, just want to say thank you, first of all, Ed, and then also Hack. Your idea, putting it together, and this is like what I want, right? Like I think, we may not have 500 million viewers, maybe one day. We hope that people would be interested in what happens at the distillery, what happens when it gets to your glass, right? I think at the same time, we don't care because we like these things and we have a small community of people that like those things, and we're going to do that no matter what. But I do think there's one more thing we have to do.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
We got to try the Druid Hill.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna try the Irish whiskey, right?
So if y'all are doing that, because I don't,
we have to.
Handy. I don't have it handy.
Well, then we're still gonna.
But what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
And this is more. I know Candace is gonna love this.
Okay.
I might have just cracked this.
Oh. Well, we're gonna let this one shine before we get to the Irish.
No, y'all go with the Druid Hills first.
No. Okay, we're gonna do the Druid Hills real quick.
Let him spend some time.
We're gonna let Ed spend some time with the hazmat.
This is my last pour with Mac. This is my last pour.
That's
because Z-Biotics do not work.
Yeah, I'm capping it off with this one because I'll be honest, I'm feeling it a little bit.
So
Ed, thank you.
So here's what we're gonna do. The last few minutes of this chat, and thank you everyone for joining. Like, this is just fun. Like, we're having fun, and thank you, Hack, for like doing every part of this. And I just jump in here like a moron, and my light shuts off, and my camera does. But anyway, thanks for going with it. And then Ed, like, just being so generous and sending samples and everything. That's what the whiskey community is about, right? That it's like we're here to like share things, and anyway, it's just awesome. Irish whiskey is one of those things that I should like more, and I haven't really been too much into. And our guy Matthew, knows his stuff there.
He does.
So he asked the question, what is it called? ASW Druid Hill Irish style whiskey. But Ed, do you mind just giving us like what this? Can you give us anything else about it? Because I can't.
Okay, so here, let me pull it up real quick.
Oh no! Put him on the spot here.
No, we're pulling up. Hey, Warren, good night. Thank you for being here. We try to keep the streams a little shorter, but we're going a little longer. Thank you so much for watching.
Sometimes
and then Tyler, you're too kind. Thank you for those comments. I appreciate it. Like I want it to be a cool show. I want it to be things that people enjoy and have fun with. So man, That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, hey, while
Thank
he's
you,
pulling that up too, Matthew, our guy, he's doing he's doing a Irish whiskey blind for our Houston group because we had a bottle share at his house, and his mother made shepherd's pie like how they do it like in Ireland, because
That's so cool.
so you meet her and she's got the whole Irish accent, like the whole thing going on, and it's like, wow, like holy crap, like this is so he's not
This is where
he's not multiple generations moved from, he's obviously born and lived here in Texas in America, but his parents are Irish, like they are from Ireland. So
And
one thing we got planned is like a trip to Ireland someday, Max, which that would be cool.
I will add one more thing here, which is that I am, Irish. Well, Scotch Irish, McReynolds, McReynolds, Mac. Say whatever you will. And then my great grandfather was a moonshiner in Virginia. So it is all in my blood. And Matthew is right. Anything that came here came from over there. So cheers to Matthew.
Sweet Cindy just said something, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, Ed, is trying to figure out the hashtag letter on. You want to explain this, Mac? Like what's on my shirt?
I will try. MGP as in DMGP. We don't have to go
Midwest
too deep into that.
Grain Products.
Yeah, and then SL, and then it's typically a UT, slut, and that we don't like to say that out loud. We did not come up with that. It was put on us, and then we tried to censor it to be more open to people. We love MGP so much, and that's the answer. All right.
Thank you, Candace. We hope to see you back. All right, Ed, take us through.
Yeah, thanks, Candace. Take us through this.
On the MGP thing, just real quick. So, without going into a deep dive on Nashville Barrel Company, which loves MGP.
Which we will soon.
Yeah, we will soon. I might have a bottle that I picked and bottled from them that has that hashtag as the bottle name. Just saying.
That's amazing.
Oh, let's go.
But, okay, so the ASW Druid Hills.
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize up front because I'm going to butcher these names.
Oh, no, you've done so great. You do not apologize.
So it's crafted in the Irish tradition. 30% unmalted barley, and then 70% malted barley that is grown in the County Louth, Ireland.
Wow.
At the foot of the Corley Mountains near Dublin.
Tell us where that is.
Wow.
So they actually import Irish malted barley for this.
That's so cool. Come on, Matthew.
Matthew, get in here. Like, that's gotta come on.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I like this, and I'm not.
So the one you guys got is the if I remember right, it's the 90 proof version.
Yeah.
98.
It's 98.
98.
Is this cask?
No.
Yes, probably.
They did a limited release of cask strength early this year. I've got 2 bottles of that at 120 proof.
Oh, what?
That's like
pretty.
It's like, so full disclosure, I also like Irish whiskey.
Great. I'm getting there.
This blows a redbreast cask strength out of the water. To me, shots fired. I know, but I love this.
This is really good. Yeah. Maybe I'm becoming a malt guy, Hack.
No, I think so, but that's all right. Look.
I mean, whiskey is whiskey.
We don't judge. We don't.
This
drink
is so
it how
good.
you like it how you like it.
I really like this. Sweet Cindy. You was thinking that, not offended, laughing. Is Matthew shy?
Look, young Matthew, he is.
No, Matthew.
He's a great dude. Great dude.
He's great, and you know what? Very generous guy. And anyway,
all right. So listen,
this is great.
We have to land this plane because I got to get up in the morning. And
I do too.
If you guys want to hang out and have a pour after the stream, we can. But I'm going to land this.
In the Patreon. Just go to the Patreon.
Patreon.
We don't have one. Anyway, later.
All right. We're going to land this plane. And what we're going to do, guys, is if you enjoyed the SuperFan, which I think people did, we're going to do some more of it. Yeah. We're going to do a Garrison's Brother thing coming up. We're looking for more SuperFans. There is not a way in this world that I can thank you enough, Ed, for doing it. There's not.
Thank you, Ed. This was so great. Like, I just got to say, like, I'm kind of worried about the future of this because you are the expert here, and I don't know how many people could be more expert than you.
Did I set the bar too high, guys?
Nah,
you may have set it way too. No, and that is the
good.
compliment,
yeah.
Man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I know I have other friends in this whiskey community that love certain distilleries. We'll pull them into this. We'll do more fun stuff, but man, whiskey's supposed to be fun, y'all, and this was fun tonight, and I had a good time.
No, this has been absolutely my pleasure, guys. Thank you for inviting me. This has been a blast. I mean, this kind of to what you said. This is what I love about whiskey. Is it's about the people, it's about the community, it's about sharing the passion.
Yeah, it is
absolutely.
And
it is.
There's enough whiskey out there that everyone can find something they love.
Yeah.
This is one of many things that I love, and I love the fact that I can share this with you guys and share with your viewers. And the unfortunate part about it with ASW is they're not available everywhere yet.
But they're coming. They're coming.
They're getting there, and like I said, Steelbox has a lot of their stuff. If you're ever traveling through the Southeast, I think, Mac, I think they're up into your area now, up in the DC area.
Yeah.
Just be on the watch out for them.
Yeah.
And going back a little bit, even though literally it's not one of my favorites, the old Blue Label Fiddler Unison. If you see one of those, I mean, if you're
so unique,
the sort of person that wants that sort of thing that eventually might become a Dusty that you can't get anymore. If you see that Unison label,
grab it.
It's still going to be in that $35-$40 range. Pick it up.
Great.
It's worth it. I mean, I've been hunting for them just because.
Well, hunt for the ASW. Go find it. Thank you, Ed, for teaching us. Because man, this was awesome. Y'all have a good night. Hey, whiskey's fun. Hope y'all had fun tonight. We'll see you next week, and peace out, y'all.
Hey, cheers, everyone.